Listen to your preferred news feeds with Odiogo.com.
One successful Islamist terrorist prosecution every 9 days in Britain. There has been one successful prosecution of Islamist terrorists in Britain every 9 days for the past 2 years, figures released by MI5 have shown. Confirming the accuracy of BNP Chairman Nick Griffins' 2004 prediction that homegrown Islamist terrorism would become Britain's single greatest threat to national security, a statement for which the BNP leader was put on trial for incitement. The figures released by MI5 chief Jonathan Evans yesterday showed that MI5 had targeted homegrown fundamentalism, securing 86 successful prosecutions in the last 2 years. Mr. Evans described developments as very encouraging but warned the networks have not gone away. There could easily be activities that we are not aware of. We don't have anything approaching comprehensive coverage. Mr. Evans said there were many individuals in Britain who supported al-Qaeda or considered themselves members of the group and were helping channel fighters, equipment and money abroad. The main threats to Britain come from al-Qaeda's core in Pakistan and their assets in this country, he said. We continue to believe that the ability lies in Pakistan to attack the UK, Mr. Evans says, adding that 75% of their investigations have connections with Pakistan. Mr. Evans said the number of extremists wanting to travel to Iraq had tailed off significantly as Britain prepares to withdraw, but there was still traffic into Pakistan and Afghanistan. What happens in Afghanistan is extremely important because what happens there has a direct impact on domestic security in the UK, he said. Pre-2001 they were able to establish terrorist training facilities and to draw in hardened extremists and vulnerable recruits to indoctrinate and teach techniques. If the Taliban is able to establish control over significant areas, there is a real danger that such facilities will be re-established. Terrorist networks are helping fighters travel to Afghanistan and Somalia for training, he said, adding that Somalia was now in danger of becoming a safe haven in the way Afghanistan was before the removal of the Taliban. It has gone up in the last few years and there are now networks that help individuals go and take part or provide support to extremist gangs in Somalia. Some of the terrorist networks operating between Britain and Somalia are not made up of British Somalis, he said, although others had family links to the area. I think it's quite likely that the next attack or next attempted attack will involve people of whom we have heard or about whom we know a bit, he said. But the fact we know of an individual and the fact they have had some association with extremists doesn't mean we are going to be indefinitely in a position to be confident about everything that they are doing, because we have to prioritize. The increased threat, caused directly by the madness of mass third world immigration combined with biased British foreign policy, has seen the size of the security service double in the last few years, and is due to reach 4,100 staff by 2011. Scores of British Muslims are still travelling to terror training camps in Afghanistan and Pakistan every year. Others are travelling to lawless areas of Somalia. Mr. Evans also confirmed that the terrorists who launched the Mumbai attacks in November had indirect links to the UK. In November 2007 Mr. Evans warned that al-Qaeda was recruiting British Muslims as young as 15. At the time around 2,000 suspected extremists were under surveillance. Share.